Good morning. This is Lori from the Pink Girly channel. Oh my, I have a terrific glare there. And this is going to be a live stream, hopefully with some live people. And that doesn't really help either, does it? Oh my. Oh my. Let me just pop that up a little bit. I'm just about out of hours on StreamYard. And so this is the first time I'm going live on YouTube in a while. Good morning, Ree, or good afternoon. I can't remember where everybody lives. How are you? I'm just going to get myself set up here on my phone so I can see chat a little easier. I'm trying to get myself into a regular groove. So, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Get my phone set up in here. Yeah, skip that. I got my sound down. I'm taking a break from I should be painting light bulbs. Taking a break. And of course, my husband just took the little pooch out. Doing okay. Yeah, hanging in there. Pretty good for an old chick, I guess, right? All right, I've got my smoothie. I'll just see if a few more folks will come in and join us. Let me see. Sometimes that glare is worse than others. It looks pretty gross this morning. I guess what I have it popped up on, that might be a little better. It's funny, I haven't streamed straight through YouTube in a while, right? And yeah, you're not a spring chick either. Yeah, well, we don't know how it happens. My husband's going to be 70 next week. Jeez, we don't know how that happened. But it has. So I ran into Michael's to pick up this gigantic pair of knitting needles. And as you go through the checkout, they have magazines. So, of course, the cover of this magazine caught my eye. I shouldn't have picked it up. So I just leafed through it and I thought, oh, yes, I think I must have this. So I thought I would show a little bit of this magazine. And I'm working on not as much as I should. A little art journal book for my granddaughter who is 6. I did one for her last year, ages 4 to 5. She loved it. That one was kind of like I did month by month and would call or see her, ask her questions, and then I would do a page. And when I gave it to her at Christmas, and she just really loved it. So I thought this year I would do mixed media art journal pages. It's just a composition book. I thought the cover was cute. And I showed her that I put her initials on the front, but she wanted to know what I called it. Well, what did you call it? Because the last one I did, I called the Book of Charlotte. So I think I have to come up with a name because I think she appreciated that the book was named. So this one, I glued some pages together. Some pages I didn't. I thought I'd put some tabs and different things to hang out the top and the sides of the book. And then I've got these kind of little cutouts and stuff I'm going to put in and do things with. But I better get crack-a-lacking, right? Because, well, I don't have to give it to her at Christmas. Actually, I could give it to her for her birthday. Give me more time. So I'm just doing whatever in it. If I see something cute that I think she would enjoy, I'm just, opening up a page, slapping on extra paint, If I see something I think would make a cute tab. This one I have partially started. I sketched an owl on there. Have to color him. These are just some, gosh, I never remember what you call these. They're, it's not tissue paper. It's Stampin' Up has them. Oh, what the heck do they call them? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. But they're for decoupaging and, you put them down. So I like those. I put them in. And then when I have extra paint, I just slap stuff in here. It's a cute little fairy. So I think I'm going to go to a couple of blank pages that I haven't glued together. I left a bunch of these unglued. They're unglued. Oh, I was going to get well, maybe I won't need it. I was thinking about getting the glue stick out, but I didn't do that. So this is ultimately what I'm going to work in today, at least for a little bit. But this is the October, November, December issue of Art Journaling. I don't know that I've ever looked in this magazine before. It is by Stamping and Company, so of course, it'd be good. I wonder what they do with these if they don't sell them all at the stores. That's what I would like to know. So I don't want to, it's really a pretty good sized magazine. So I'm just going to show, well, there's just so much good stuff in here. See, I love all this kind of, what's more, but okay, so that's weird. But see, I love that. You just have to trust your own madness. Look at these. Aren't these crazy? You'll always be my favorite fairy tale. Our fingerprints don't fade from the lives we touch. Now, how cute is that? Okay, these are by Leslie Wood. See, I love those. So sometimes when I'm sketching and, things maybe don't look so great, but look, you can make really cool stuff out of them. So I thought they were really cool, but there's some better stuff here. See, okay, I'm not going to even all the buildings. Buildings are hard for me. I have a hard time with perception. I'll pick this up so you don't get too much of a glare. Let's see. Okay, look at this. What We Cannot See by Tina Walker. So she just took, it looked like a page from a little loose leaf book, turned it sideways, and then just started collaging and then drawing on top of it. I just got this. I really have not had time to read any of the articles. Look, I love this here, how she put some muslin and some other scrap fabrics on and then just did some stitching. Love that. Just love that. Well, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I have to put this by my chair at night. I should probably read an article a night. This reminds me a little of a little building that Tamara Laporte would draw. Old pictures you can incorporate. Okay, this is where these are the pages that really caught me. These are by Pamela Gillespie, and the article's called My Story. And she's just got different things. I would write my ugly thoughts down and cover them, and some mornings I would just sketch, but every morning I created in my journal. I love these faces. And I was working yesterday at today's Sunday. I was working Friday at the co-op, and so I'll show you a couple of my sketches. I really tried to mimic this one. I'll show you what I did to try to get inspired. Now, how cute is this? This is just a little house, right? And a little heart, no place like home. These are so cute. Look at these. I have a hard time with hair. Look at that. See, I think they're adorable. So I thought I would try to do something like that in my granddaughter's book. So, oh my goodness, they're dropping like flies. There's only 3 of us now. I better get crack-a-lack in here. I can't stop looking. All right, so one thing I noticed that she said, she takes blank, plain washi tape, and then maybe a piece of book paper, or a page from a novel or whatever, put it down, and then the tape, and then puts her coloring on, and then draws on top of it. So I think that's what I want to try. But this is what I did as I was getting inspired looking through the book. So I tried to mimic this one, which is this girl here. Of course, I didn't have any colors with me, any color pencils. So I was just sketching. And then I did this one. And then this one. So that's what I'm hoping to do in my granddaughter's book. So I'm going to leave this off to the side. And then the other day I was digging something out from one of my shelves, and something fell, and I thought, oh, I forgot I had these. A while back I purchased a big lot of craft supplies from this. And she gave me these, and they're called, oh, wait a minute, I need different glasses to read that little print. Quick Dry Fluid Chalk Ink. I think the name is something like Ingrid B something. I could not, you can still get them on eBay, but I can't read the name on most of these between the font and it's written so small. So I thought I might try to use a couple of these. I don't know what they're like. I've never used them before. I don't know if they'll move at all. But let me just pick out some colors. All right, let me pick out that gray. I like that blue. And I'm just going to try to color the background, cover up my white pages. That pink might be nice. All right, so I'm just going to see how this works. Now, I think it's Jane Davenport. She has a washi tape collection. Hi, Frida. How are you? Good to see you. And in some of it is plain. So I'm going to use some of this plain washi tape. Now let me find a page. Of course, my husband left the dog out, and now the dog is barking. So I'm just going to come to the center of my book. Let me just put something else here until I get some color down. I should probably, let me see how this stuff, let me see if this moves at all. Maybe a little bit. That looks like it's got a little, oh, that's cool. That's got a little bit of a, it's got a little bit of a sparkle in it. I love sparkle. All right, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we could chat one of these days. That'd be nice. I'm so overwhelmed. Well, I shouldn't say overwhelmed. I have put a lot on my plate, and I'm traveling the middle of next month, and I'm just trying to get caught up on everything. And I don't know where the days are going, but I'm quickly running out of time. So I may try to catch up with you while I'm on vacation in Europe, because I should have some downtime then. I'm only taking a few things with me to keep myself occupied, so that might be a better time frame. All right, so I would like to get some book pages. Book page from something. Oh, this might work. This is just a piece of Tim Holtz's tissue paper. So I think I'm going to take a piece of this. And again, I'm inspired and mimicking this article that I saw in the October, November, December issue of the Art Journaling magazine, inspired by Pamela Gillespie. So I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Now this little journal, so to speak, that I'm working in is for my granddaughter. So I think I might put that there. And I'm using chalky ink, these little chalky ink pads that I purchased, gosh, a long while ago. I purchased quite a few things from this gal. She had her art journey was going in a different direction. And she had a tragedy in her life. She lost her son. And so she kind of didn't do anything for 2 years. And now that she's getting back into art, she was going in a different direction. And so I was fortunate enough. I was sitting up late one night, and I was fortunate enough to see her put her things up for sale in the middle of the night, and I was able to get them, which is really, really cool. All right, so now I didn't get glue sticks out, which I want to do. Now let's see here. What do I have? I probably don't have. Well, it's October, so let's do October. I have these little calendar pages, but my little Charlotte was born in May. I don't have May. I can stick out the top. Maybe I'll stick that out the top. Let's see here if I can find. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. I don't know if I've met you before, Sherry. If I have, I apologize. I don't remember. I was just saying to Ree, not doing too bad for an old chick. But as an old chick. All right, so I'm going to put that, I think. Maybe I'll not use all of this. Move this over. Let that travel on there. I need to see if I can grab a glue stick. I've got tons of things stacked in front of where I've got my glue sticks. One moment, please. Let's just make sure this has something in it. Okay. Now, I also found in my stash these chalk ink pads. All us not so spring chicks can just stick together. We'll just stick together. All right, for those of you that just came in, welcome, welcome. Sorry, just hit my camera. I am making this little journal for my granddaughter who is 6, and I'm just doing some mixed media stuff. Hey, Holly, how you doing? Oh, that means things are going well. Excellent, Holly, excellent. All right, let me see. Now, I've often said I don't have... Hey, good morning, Lisa. Nice to see you. I don't always have the best luck with glue sticks, and I think that's because I'm generally a stingy crafter artist. So this is just a composition book I picked up. And last year I did more of a journal month to month for my granddaughter, which she hugged it to her chest when I gave it to her, and she said, "I'm going to keep this in my bedroom. I will keep it forever. I just love it." So this year I thought I would do for her just some mixed media stuff. And she can add to or just enjoy it. And I picked up oh, good, Lisa. I hope it was the right one. Oh, I hope it was the color you were looking for. Wonderful. You're welcome. So I'm inspired by this art journaling magazine I picked up. And this article is called My Story by Pamela Gillespie. And I just love the little faces on these gals. So this is what I'm going to work towards in this little journal for my sweet 6-year-old granddaughter. So we'll see how much I get finished in it by Christmas. So maybe Christmas, part of her Christmas gift, or it may just be for her birthday, or it may just be, here, Grandma, finish this, and now you can play with it. All right, so Pamela said, and some of the pieces she did, I don't know if you can see on camera. I love her things. I love her things. Like on this one. She put a book page, and then I don't know if you can really see. Which way's my camera? She put pieces of washi tape and then did her arting over top. Let's see. If a blank page scares you, go through your journal and, like a child, scribble on some pages. Approach each page, these are some of her tips, with a don't care attitude. Expectations of a great outcome can sometimes damper my creativity. Don't worry about the outcome, just play. Less is more, limit your tools, as so many options can be overwhelming. So I thought that was cool. So I've got some of this blank tape, just plain tape that comes in one of the kits I think that Jane Davenport may have. So I'm just going to put some of this down willy-nilly. And then I'm going to use some of this, at least this is my plan. Some of this ink, chalk ink that I have, just to make different spots of color. And then I might try to move it a little bit. And I'm going to see what happens. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Oh, that's hard to tear. Now, I tried some of that gray chalk on an envelope I have sitting here, and it had a sparkle to it. So, you know, I really like that a lot. And then I was saying to Ree, I was working yesterday at the co-op I belong to, and there's a lot of downtime. I mean, shoppers come in, but let's face it, it's not super busy. Not like somebody else's shop we know. Miss Holly had a busy day yesterday. Oh, I got that on crooked. I guess that doesn't matter. I have a lot of sprays too that I never really, you know what, that went down pretty good. We're going to leave that where it is. And so then I'm going to draw on top when I get some color down and see how it looks. But I want to get this tape down first so that my colors can go on top. Now I picked out a gray, a cold ice, which is a blue, and I think I picked out a vintage pink, and then I have a darker color here as well. And I can always pull out some watercolor if I think that might do better. But I'm going to try these chalk inks first. I've never used them. I purchased them with a bunch. This gal had a lot of Tim Holtz stuff. And like I said, she was going in a different direction artistically. Talented lady. She started, now she's doing, I saw them in Germany when I was there the last time. They're wooden contraptions. Like she showed me one. It was, what did she have? I don't know if it was a windmill. But it's all these real fine pieces of wood. And then she puts them all together, and the motor is in it, so the windmill thing actually spun. I think she had a helicopter. A lot of really cool stuff. Okay. Of course, now that's gonna. Now another gal in the book, she had pieces of fabric also. I might put that little piece of fabric there, see if I can. I don't know if this glue stick's going to hold it. Now, signed up for StreamYard, and you get 20 hours free for a month. Excuse me. So I'm just about out of my 20 hours. And I'm thinking about subscribing to them, but I don't want to do that till I come back from traveling. So this is the first time I've been on directly through YouTube. And before, when I've scheduled ahead, I know how to schedule it ahead, but then when I go back to get in, I can't figure out how to get into my own stream to then actually do the stream. So I didn't give anybody a notice, which is not necessarily good. Now I can always draw other things on here. So I think I'm going to go with this layout. I'm going to start with my metallic chalk edger silver. This has a little bit of, like I said, sparkle. So I'm just going to start putting some of this color down just here and there. And these are chalk. They're called quick drying fluid chalk ink. The brand name I can't read, it's too small. And I know I have a spyglass somewhere. Not a spyglass. What do you call it? Magnifying glass. And I didn't dig those out. Now the idea is that once I get all this on, I'm going to draw a couple of faces. And I should test this to see if it's... Oh, that's a pretty color. It really doesn't move too much. So it's kind of like where you put it down. I wonder if I used a baby wipe, if I could get it on not so blotchy. Uh-oh, out of baby wipes. Ruh-roh. Well, more. These look like, oh, that one come off. These look like little ironing boards, don't they? Maybe I'll put my, oh, that's the wrong way. I put my glue gun on. Maybe I can re-glue that down. Oh, yeah. I have more baby wipes. The question is, can I reach them without causing, you know, a crash? Oop, light bulb down. That's a little better. I usually have my hubby grab these things for me because he's got a nice long arm. I was thinking that these might, I've never worked with any chalk ink before. I don't even think I have any chalk markers. Hi, Peggy. Thanks for coming in. I just discovered I'm out of baby wipes right here where I can grab them. So I'm getting a new package out because I'm thinking if I use the baby wipe, you know, like those soft crayons. Tim Holtz has a set. Crayola has a set. I'm sure Arteza and loads of others have those soft, like, what do they call them, gelato kind of things. I was thinking maybe I could move these a little bit if I, maybe a little. I ripped the paper. Now, like I said, I didn't, some of the pages in this book for my granddaughter, I glued them together, but some of them I have not, this being one of them. So I just went through the paper over here and tore it a little bit. My baby wipe's a little too wet. Okay, I think I'm going to use some more of that silver. Hi-ho, silver. So who's waiting for brunch? Was that Cheryl? Cheryl, you going out or are you making brunch? Or all right, I think I want some kind of a gold or yellowy something. This is gold. Let's see if I have more of a, my granddaughter loves yellow. Rusty bucket. Oh, I love that name. Old rose. Dry sand. That's more of a flesh color. I might like to have a little bit of that here because I'm going to put a face in here somehow. And maybe another face down here. Has anyone worked with any? Oh yes. Well, you're supposed to rest on Sunday. Excuse me while I take a sip of my drink here. Okay, I'm going to put a little yellow. And let me try a little. So I was asking, has anyone used any chalk ink? Oh, okay. That'd be great, Frida. What are you making for your dinner? Okay, Lisa. I'm gonna add a, oh, this one came off too. Kind of really then make sure this is quick drying fluid chalk ink pads. Just in a gel pen. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used these before. I guess using them through a stamp or something like that probably would be better. They're definitely much easier to use if they don't fall off their little the little pad thingy. But the lady I got them from, she probably had them forever. Right? And now I haven't used them for a couple of years, so they still are juicy, have plenty of stuff in them, plenty of ink in them. Has anyone ever used those ink pads? They're in a circle. I don't know what they're called. And then you get all the different colors and you pull them out. They kind of look like a little ironing board. They have the little tab on them. They're real easy to use. They're nice ink pads too. But see, they come off too. The foam rods, if they are old. Yeah, now the foam rods are good. Okay, what other color did I pull out that I wanted to use a rose? This is Old Rose. I liked Old Rose. She was a good old gal. right. Now, they say they're quick drying, but I did use baby wipes, so my pages are a little damp. So I'm going to use my heat gun. Just for a moment. Oh, you have these, Sherry? Now, how do you use them, Sherry? Do you stamp with them, or do you use them through a stencil? Do you ink up like a acrylic stamp? Can you use them that way? Look at my page there. All right, so this is my inspiration. I love the face. I love all her faces here, this Pamela Gillespie, but I love this one. So I did her yesterday, and then I might do somebody with a crown over on here, over on this side. So let me put my little inky poos here. Which ones fell apart? I want to glue this one and the gold. So these I'll put aside. You have the circle one. You got them at two. Oh, cool. Nice. All right, so I just brought my all right, so I'm probably going to need a blender of some kind. I'm just thinking. So I'm going to grab those, and then I like to sketch generally with just a little mechanical pencil. And then I usually like something heavier. I wonder if I have any color pencils here. Let's see, 2B, that might come in handy. And then I want to get, just in case, a little pencil sharpener and a little kneadable eraser, as some of the gals say that you can watch online. I'm going to need a Sharpie marker. Let's see. Oh, that's a 10B. That's good. I get some graphite going here. I don't know if there's anything else I think I need. I don't think I'm going to need that. And I got a Posca right there. Okay, let's see. So I'm trying to teach myself to draw, and I'm trying to teach myself to maybe at some point be able to do portraits. Not even close to there yet, kids. Not even close. But for me, and the way that my mind works, and I'm trying to work at really seeing what is there for me to draw. And my picture is not going to be exactly like hers. For those of you that are just coming in, welcome, welcome. But this is what I was fussing around with yesterday at the co-op. And so, I mean, it's close. It resembles, you know. So you don't want to really do exact, you know. And if you do, you can just put a piece of tracing paper on there and trace her out. So this is the kind of look I'm going to go for on the one side of my granddaughter's page. So I'm just going to keep this. And so what I do is, so I'm trying to train my eye. Oh, thank you, Peggy. When I look at her face, it's more like a rectangle, more like a triangle, right? So I'm going to try to do that first. And then her hair really just comes out, and that's kind of like a long, skinny triangle. And then she's got a real long neck, which I absolutely love, right? And then she's real dark under her eyes, just like moi. Real skinny eyebrows. So it'll look different, but it'll look similar. So that's what I'm going for. And for the first little while, you may not be able to see what I'm sketching too much because I'm going to use just a mechanical pencil. You know, the kind when it's done, you throw them out. And then over here, I saw somebody had she has a little rabbit. I might try a little rabbit over here. But I think I'm going to put, well, I probably should have put, well, I'm not going to fuss about it. I'm just going to go. Just going to go. Now, this is a little nerve-wracking, doing this with people watching. But hopefully somebody else might be encouraged to try to do something like this. So I'm going to make the shape of her face kind of here. I erase a lot, so keep that in mind. So I'm just going to use my mechanical pencil, and the top of the triangle is kind of, oh, I can't even see that. Goodness me. Thank you, Sherry. All right, so I'm going with a 2B here, so hopefully you can see a little bit what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I should have told my son I was streaming. Now I'm putting her on an angle. I probably should have done her straight on. So let's see. See, I didn't think about that. So let's see if I can erase that. Look, see how easy it is to erase, girls. Don't be afraid to erase. I'm going to do her more straight. I'm going to do her more straighter. So I'm just going to curve the top of her head a little bit there. I want that a little wider. Someday I may even get to the place where I can sketch with an ink pen, huh? Woo! Haven't tried that. That, to me, that's frightening. All right, so then she's got her bangs. So this is going to be the bottom edge of her bangs. And then like the crown of her head. And up here, and then it's just going to come down around this way. Now let's see. I'm going to do her eyes. Let's just... Lori's having a hard time with her left eye. It's been very... I don't know if it's allergies or what. Oh, yeah, my dad never did crosswords with a pen. You know you're good when you do that, right? All right, so I'm just going to do a little arch. Another little arch here. She might look a little wonky. And she's got some eyelids. Let's put some eyelids in, and then I'm going to just put two little boop boops for her nose. And she's just got little straight eyebrows, so we're just going to do that. It's really hard because there is kind of a glare for me too. I'm wondering if I use my baby wipe bag, I can. Is that better or worse for you guys? I don't know if that's better or worse. I'm looking at my phone to see if you can see anything. Okay, so then I'm going to put in the pupils, just kind of like mimicking like a round circle. And then she's got the pupil part coming down this way. This is where I like to use. It's better? Okay. Now, I usually go ahead and fill in the pupil part. I gotta say, I'm not seeing this very well myself with my heavier pencil, because then if I want to use my stump or my little blender tool, I can go in there and grab some graphite. All right. And she has her just kind of with a little sad mouth, which I kind of really like. So I'm just going to put that in a little bit. Curve this around a little bit more. And then she just has little tiny ears. Just kind of so we have a hint that she has ears. They're not really a focal point or anything. But it also gives you a guideline of where her hair line's going to come out. See, and they're just straight lines, right? And then they've given her a really long neck. Or I should say Pamela has given her a really long neck, which I like. All right, so her bangs go up really high. Here we have a bow over here. So I'm just going to kind of rough that in. Going to rough it in. And here she has a spot where her bangs kind of separate. Now that is part of where I started before. I didn't get that erased out. And we're going to give her the top of her little nose there so we can see. Okay, so at this point, I would probably just start taking my... Now, it's different because I have that chalk underneath for me. It's a little different. Let me glue this down. Normally, sometimes I'll put down a little acrylic paint. I like drawing on acrylic paint surface. Let's see if that'll hold better. Okay. So then I just take one of these tortillions or stumps, or, they call them different things. I like the ones that, see, like this is, I bought these and they're not so great for me. They're not as solid. It's just paper rolled up, right? And then they fold in the ends. I mean, that works okay, but I like the kind that are really like heavy duty. So what I'll do is I'll just go in and pick up some of that graphite from the pencil. And then I'm just going to start kind of doing my own thing and shading. See if you can see what I'm doing. And then I'll just use some of this graphite to like add different features, like bring in her nose, bring in the side of her nose. And then the good thing about the kneadable eraser is like you can take a little bit of that off, but you don't have to erase the whole thing. Now let's see. Where's that envelope I had? I think I'm going to need some, because this paper is thin. It's just a old, not old. It's just a composition book, and the paper in those just is not very. Maybe if you pay up more money for them and get a different brand, but this is just like from the dollar store or Walmart, something like that. The paper is very thin, so I'm just going to put out some. Just going to scribble some of my pencil here, so I don't want to wear a hole in my page. Now, Kathy Arbor says if you go around the outside corner of your eye, in your eyelid, it gives you more definition. And she's spot on, man. She knows what she's talking about. And if you have not watched, join Kathy Arbor when she's live. Oh, girls, make sure you do. Her channel on YouTube is Kathy Arbor, Arbor, and she's fabulous. Now I'm going to get a little bit of shadowing in under her chin, so I'm just going to lightly put in some of this pencil down that side of her neck. And then anywhere that I want to start deepening lines, And then the other thing about a kneadable eraser is that you can make it pointy, and you can get it to go in and erase wherever you want. So I'm just going to erase out some of those lines that got in the bow. Oh, thanks, Holly. I always forget to ask you guys to do that. That's great. Now, let me see here. And I'm trying to do this a little faster, too, than I normally would. I'm not crazy about what my nose is doing there. And normally I would maybe put some of this graphite in the iris part, but I think I might get a little bit of crayon or something and put some color. Now I'm going to put a couple of little lines, like to indicate where her hair is going. This kind of comes down this way. Yes, I would appreciate a thumbs up if you are so inclined. Now this is where her crown, it's kind of like you can see the separation of her hair. Let me erase that bow out. Hey, Devin. Oh, good. Thanks, Dev. All right, let's see. Let's blend this a little bit. Now, the other gal I've mentioned is Tamara Laporte, and she does a lot of sketching and then uses the graphite inner pencil to help with shading and whatnot. I need a bigger, I don't think I have a pencil stronger than a 10. Right now that one looks like that might be better. I don't know if that works. See, I have one of these Stabilos, but I'm not sure if I can blend that. Let me see. Let me see if I can blend this. Just would like to get that a little darker. And then I'm going to put some dark down the bottom. Maybe a little. They are, huh? So it must be cool, huh? It's a little nippy here, but it's supposed to get warmer. I don't think I ever heard of a magic bag. All right, now the artist on this, she really made her up under her eyes really dark and down through here, but I'm really not having as much success as I would like. Hey Barb, how are you? Welcome, welcome. As I would like on top of this ink, the chalk ink. So far, I'm not too crazy about working with that underneath. It just feels different. I don't know how to explain. It just feels different. All right, now I think on this one I'm going to do now. She gave her gal a little body, a little skinny body. I'm going to do that. And do the corners of her eyes. Oh, with the little one. See if I can do. All right, so I might leave her like that for now. I never heard of magic bag. I'll have to look that up. I think I want a little more darkness under her eyes here. See if I can smudge that. Then I'm going to try a little bunny rabbit on the other side. Okay. Can you see her okay? Now I'm going to come back and put some color in there, I think. But I'm going to try a bunny rabbit. This is her bunny rabbit. And this is Pamela Gillespie, and it says, if you're scared, just be scarier than whatever is scaring you. And that was said by Thumper. So I'm going to try to mimic her rabbit. And the shape of the head, it looks like a pear to me. And then this part here, I don't even want to tell you what that looks like to me, but hi, Dana. So I'm going to try to mimic that kind of loopy look there. And I think my granddaughter, hey Brenda, hi, welcome, welcome. I think my granddaughter would like a little bunny rabbit over on this side. So I'm going to do a pear shape, and then I've got to put in some ears. So, okay, now I got my palms all itchy, itchy. My neighbor would say, ooh, that means money, money, money. But when you don't play the lottery, you can't expect to win any money, right? Oh, maybe I want to start this up higher because I want to have room for his body. I want to give him a body. So let's start up here. Pear shape, kind of. Round the bottom, kind of. His little collar is going to come kind of this way. And then we're going to have an eye here and an eye over here. And so she's got the bunny nose. It's just a V. And then she's got, you know how animals have that little, like kitty cats and dogs and all have that little, so then I'm going to cap the top of that. And then I'm going to curve around. And then I'm going to make like a U shape here and a U shape here. Come back around. Hers is much cuter. This has to be wider at the bottom, I think. And of course it can be different because, you know, it's mine. It's not just kind of looking at what she's done. And then I'm going to give big eyes here and a big eye here. And they're just going to be black. And then I want to go out here a little bit for the cheek. I'm going to come in, then come out just a little bit through the cheek. And then I got to put me some ears. And you probably can't really see yet. All right, so I'm going to go whoop and then come down. Give me a little flap there. And then I'm going to go up here, come out. It's got big ears. Big ears. I was thinking maybe I could use some watercolor, but I just don't know. Now she's got kind of a collar like that on it. Not really, but similar. And then she just makes it straight. I'm going to put some fabric there, I think. Whoop, whoop. Now I was thinking about watercolor, but the paper is so thin. I think it'll just, you know, disintegrate. Oh, nice. I was thinking about trying a pair of fingerless gloves, but I think I'll try to knit a pair. So whatever I use, I guess it's going to require, some liquid. And I want to watch my time because Tanya is going to be coming on, I think, in about an hour. All right. So let's see here. With the clear gesso, then not allow the paper not to deteriorate, Jeff? Hey, Roy, how are you? Woohoo! All right, I know I have it somewhere. If I can get to it without knocking into my camera. Oh, I think it's right here. All right, let me try. I bought some clear gesso a while ago, and I forget. I think I dropped it. And of course, the container cracked, so I put it in this ball canning jar. And of course, I hardly ever use it. I got it to, I was going to paint on leaves. So I need to mix it up. It might take a few minutes because it's, like I said, it's really settled. I haven't used it in a long, long, long time. But if you get leaves, whether they be fall leaves that have the beautiful colors that are somewhat dry or a real green, alive leaf, and paint this clear gesso on both sides, it like traps the moisture and the leaf stays really nice and pliable, and then you can art with it. You can art with it. So if I paint this on, then what I think I will do is use my heat gun. And then I was thinking, I mean, I could use my Neo 2s, which I love those as well. That might be the best way to go. Although I might try that on her hair, one of the distress crayons. All right, now I'm just going to grab one of my glue brushes, and I think I'm going to just brush this gesso all over everything. And I had paper towel here somewhere. Oh, I think I put that under I stacked up some light bulbs in a tray. Whoa. I've got maybe a dozen or so Grinches started. But I needed a break. Thanks, Holly. All right, let me see what I have. This one ought to work. Something nice and big. And I don't really want to contaminate my gesso. So I want to pour some of this out into a little vessel, if you will, a vessel. Let's use this. This, girls and guys, is why you never throw away your trash. Because I'm going to put a little bit of that gesso right in this plastic tray. I think this was some kind of little charm scheme in here. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this out. Probably a little bit goes a long way. And I'm going to brush it right over top. I might not do my fabric. But mostly I want to give a coat as Devin recommended, and then I can use more of a water-based product rather than coming straight at my drawing. Oh, no, you go do what you need to do, Hal. Don't worry about that. But I'm planning to be off by 2 Eastern because that's when I believe Tanya comes on, and I don't want to miss her myself. So probably another 45 minutes here, unless I get crack-a-lacking and I'm done before then. All right, so now I put down, for those of you who may have just come in, this is just a composition book that I picked up at Walmart or the dollar store. And I'm doing mixed media art in it for my granddaughter. She wants to be a ballerina or an artist when she grows up. And I bought an art journaling magazine. I've not bought one of those before, I don't think. And I was inspired by Pamela Gillespie. And yeah, I haven't gotten to those videos yet. I need to write down a list of videos. That's what I need to do. Because there's a lot of times, like last night, my husband went to bed, there was nothing on TV, and I'm like, ugh, you know, if I have my list. Hi, Aunt Beck, how are you? Thanks for coming in. All right, so I'm going to I put my plastic wrap on top of my clear gesso. I'm going to cap that back up. I'm going to hit this with my heat gun. And then I'm going to put some color in my little drawings here. And some of the pages of this book I glued together, but then they're so hard, you know, and crunchy. I don't know. I think Dee Dee said one time she doesn't bother gluing hers together, and then once you put product on it, I guess especially if I would do acrylic paint, it would stiffen them up a bit. Yeah, the same 6 Wednesday videos are up too for October. They're out. All right, so I want to give my little gal here hair color. Oh, nice. That's a happy accident, Deb. Woohoo! Happy accident. All right, now I'm going to grab my Dios, and I've got 2 little boxes here, but let's see what colors I have here first. I think I'm going to use a gold for her hair, and that pink might be okay for some cheeks. I might give her purple eyes. Let's start with these. And Janet Young was using, I think, these the other day, and she does what I do. I just put my brush in the bottom of the crayon. To me, that works really well for me. All right, so I'm going to wet my brush. Just water. Just water. And let's do the gold first. See how it goes. I don't need a lot of color. Just want to get a little something going here. And with the neos, if the less water you use, of course, the more intensified your color will be. Could have picked a bigger brush, Laura. Okay, Aunt Beck, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Have a good afternoon. All right. Roy, what's for lunch? Okay. Not too bad. Let's see if I can intensify this around the bottom a little bit here. It seems to be working pretty good, Dev. How's she looking on screen? Not too bad. I think I got a little too much water there. Where did I put my... I don't know. I lose more things. Now I've lost my paper towel again. Maybe I knocked it on the floor. Now I'm just doing this real quick, okay? There's a lot more you can do to it. And if I can find a Sharpie marker, I'll see if I can. All right, let's see. I'm going to do purple on her eyes. And I like to paint them myself, like this. See, then I can test my color. Get her iris. Tuna on 9 grain. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. All right, we're going to give her a little, I hope, pink cheeks. This is more of a salmon-y flesh color. That might work. Can you see my head in the screen? No, okay. I having a hard time here with my... I should have put my lenses in, I guess. Yes, that could be a problem. I don't mind if I buy healthy stuff, but I hate when my husband does. I'm going to make her nose a little pink, give her lips a little pink. Now, I think this will all pop a little bit. Now, let's see. I need to find a nice rabbit color. I don't think I want him... I don't want him white. That pink might be a little better too. And maybe I'll do gray, being as I have, and there's a lighter gray. Let's try this for the rabbit. Okay, so I've got a gray and a light gray. And I've said this, I don't know, you repeat yourself after you do so many videos. The Neo 2s that I have, I got a nice large lot from somebody on eBay, but they were the older ones and they don't really have the colors. So it's not really helpful for you, I guess. I think I should have done, I did the darker on the top. I should have done the lighter. So I'm switching over. And I do have that silver underneath, that chalk that I put on. How are we doing? Might have some busy people lurking, right, Roy? Okay, just adding some gray to the ears. And I'm trying to hurry up here because I want to be done by 2 Eastern. And then I'm going to use the darker gray to kind of create some little bit of shadowing here if I can. If I can. See, a lot of times I'll use the side of my hand as a palette. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do it anyway. I do it anyway. It's easy to clean up. Kind of blending that out a little bit. That's not as easy as that Miss Dee Dee makes it look. It's not that easy. Trying to blend that out a little bit. Now, where's that pink? I got out a different pink here. I think I'm going to have to give her I think a blue bow. My granddaughter really likes blue, and we have blue in the background colors, so that might be good. Now I want to hit the rabbit's face a little bit here. Got to add a little pink to his cheeks. And let's see. Let me see if I can get a larger brush here. I'm going to do purple. You can also scribble this stuff down on a surface. I'm just putting it on my mat, but you can do, if you have a palette or a piece of tin foil, I guess you could work it and then kind of make a puddle of paint. Go a little quicker. Now I am going to come and repair that page and put something over top. Like I'll put, I want to put a piece of fabric. Now what do I want for that collar? The collar. And what did I say? I wanted to pick out blue for her ribbon. So let me pick out a nice blue. This might work. And trying to keep mostly with the colors that I have in the background. So I've got pink. I'm going to do a little bit of yellow here for the collar of the rabbit. Hey, Kathy Arbor. Anyone who was here earlier, this is the Kathy I was telling you about. You need to check out her channel. If you go back in the chat, Holly put the link in for us. Kathy does some fabulous stuff. And she walks you through it, tells you what she's doing. Okay. Now, I can fuss a lot more with this, as most of you know, right? You can come back and do pencil and all kinds of stuff. But I'm trying to just quickly get to the place where hopefully I can find a Sharpie marker. Now, one of the gals that Holly and I have watched, actually she was, when I got started on YouTube, her and Murray from the Marriottier were my mentors and helped me with some things. You're welcome, Kathy. The truth is the truth. And she just did it. Her name is Stephanie, and her channel is called Deliberately Creative, I believe. And she did a thing on eyes, but she does a lot of really cool stuff as well. I haven't watched that one yet. She was on live, but I don't know what it's doing. I didn't catch it. So that one I got to go back and catch. All right, I want to put, I think, a little more purple in her eyes. Anyway, Stephanie used, at least she did when I first started watching her, this Eco Pen, and they're fabulous. The thing of it is, I don't know if you can see that. See, it's backwards for me. I didn't flip my screen. The thing of it is, like, I bought the big bundle where you get like 20 for a certain price instead of buying them individually. But the last batch I got, only half of them worked, and I think now you can't even get them. But these, oh my gosh, the pen flows so nicely if you get one that works. And it's similar to a Sharpie pen, not a marker, a pen. So now everything else I use is a little bit of a disappointment because they were so terrific. Thanks, Holly. Oh, I wasn't sure if you had to scoot, huh? Thank you. I probably should do a darker purple, but I'm just going to come around here with more intense pigment there. All right. Now let's see if this pen works. Oh, Philly. Philly, Philly, Philly. All right, let's see here. I know I had... They're too thick. They're too thick. No matter how many times I say to myself, okay, keep all of this pen here, keep all of this type here, I never do it. And then I'm always rooting around and looking for my... Look, see, I've got... Okay, look. Okay, here's 3. Here's 4 of them. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Look, there's plenty of ink in there. I can't get it to start. And then if I heat the end, this is all plastic, then I melt that. You know how like my grandmother used to say, just take a batch and get it started. There's four that don't work. And then I tried to find the company to complain. I mean, because, you know, things happen. See, that one doesn't work either. Couldn't track them down. Have no idea how to get a hold of those folks. But like I'm telling you, if one worked, they're like so fabulous. All right, where did Lori put her Sharpie marker? So I'm just going to go and like outline and darken up the pupils. Of course, I can use my Posca if I can get one of them rolling. Rolling. Of course, I should have all this stuff pulled out. I want us to. Here, let's see if I can get that to work. Hopefully I can. Let's see. How are we? Okay, I still have a little time here. All right, little girl. Let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to try to, without having to move her a whole lot. Just do like a scratchy outline, nothing real solid. Oh, I know, right? The pumpkin house. I messaged my sister. I said, she's doing pumpkins with houses. You gotta turn it on. My sister a lot of time watches, but I don't think she'll chat. She doesn't chat too much. Yeah, I didn't do anything with her dress, but that's okay. So you get the basic idea. I think my granddaughter will like it. I might have to twirl the book a little. Let's see. And I got a little too wet there, I think. Oh, this is the best kind of chores I like to do, where I'm sitting down and drawing and somebody else is doing all the work. Let's see. And then you can always add things too. Sometimes I do hearts. You can do stars. You could come back and put color in these. You could do stamps. Hey, Keisha, how are you? That's because you're busy. Busy, busy, busy people. You could spatter. You can do a bunch of different stuff, right? Now, I want to come back in there with some white, too, to give her a highlight. And then over here for Mr. Bunny Rabbit, I want to see if I can get these eyes to look kind of the same. Got that one a little bigger. Like I said, I can come back in here and do some more details, add some highlights or some more shadows. Just kind of, I'm better when I go a little slower. And you could doodle, right? Doodle, add other stuff in here. I know his eyes look really ominous, but I'll come back in with a highlight and that'll be okay. Let's get his ears in. Busy, busy bee. I think his ears got a little out of control. See, and then you can add little things like this too. Right? Any kind of little doodly thing. You can do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to leave that there because I really damaged that. Thanks, Dev. I got to get some, I might use paint because I think it'll go quicker. I flipped my lid somewhere, guys. Oh, there it is. Let's see. I had some white paint. Yeah, let me just grab some white paint. So you can use a white marker. White markers are hard for me. I think I do have a couple of gel markers that are pretty good. But I think I'm going to use my white paint to give a highlight. She looks better already. Let me see. Where did she have? Yeah, she just has. Okay. I need some pink in that bunny's nose. I should have probably put that on the other side. And then one time I bought these markers. I don't even know if I've ever even used these. These are called paint markers by Moxix, Moxix, water-based. Let's see. This is a dark purple. Yeah, this is really dark and kind of thick. I was just inspired by a lady, Pamela Gibson, Keisha, that's in this art journal that I just purchased. Art Journal magazine. And I'm just mimicking what she's doing. So she does remind you of Alice, though, doesn't she? I wonder if I have any. So you can continue to add, as most of you know, right? But I think my granddaughter will think this is just swell. I think she'll like it. And what can I put in this rabbits? I kind of like these swirly things. Let me see how this looks. Okay, I've got myself all. Oh, that's metallic. Oh, that might be a winner. Let's see. All right, so if I do little swirly gigs like this, this is going to be covered with fabric. And then I got to figure out something to put here. I'll find something I can stick on there. This is metallic. Let's see if I can. Ooh. It's a real light purple. Metallic. Charlotte's like her grandmother. She likes things that sparkle and shimmer and shine. All right. So I think I will come back and, like I said, put something there. It might just be a matter of something I find in a magazine, or I might have a Timmy Holtz thing. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, Hal. And oh, I wanted to put pink in that bunny's nose. Hold on. I've got a pink marker here. Let's see. See, some of these I've never even used. I might have gotten these a Tuesday morning. Oh, that's better. Let's give her a little bit on her lips. Yeah, but it'll pay off. It'll pay off, Hal. You'll be happy in the long run, I think. See, once you get going, you just never stop. All right, so I'm getting ready to get out of here. Thanks for joining me. I'm pretty sure, unless something came up, I think, is Lisa still here? I think Tanya comes on, right? In a few minutes. It may be 3 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock hers. I for some reason, I think, thanks, Devin. For some reason, I think she comes on 2 o'clock Eastern, which would be 1 o'clock Central, correct? Anyway, Tanya should be coming up unless something's come up and she's had to, do some stuff for her mom or whatever. But I think she should be coming up. And then Murray is on later this evening. So there's some things to do if you would like to join those gals. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of the afternoon. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Peggy, for being here for me. Thanks, Brenda. And thank you to the lurkers. I appreciate you as well. Okay, guys. Take care and don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.